Welcome back to the channel. If you're here, I'm so happy to have you. So my previous subscribers, welcome back to the channel. So for today's video in particular, we're going to be talking about Musk and him getting security clearance to go look at a potential war, well, you guessed it, with China. The U.S. is making plans to potentially go to war with China. So we're going to take a look at that in today's video. Also, nobody elected Elon, yet he is getting top clearance information, military secrets being given to a foreign adversary. So we're going to explore all of that in today's video. This video is being recorded on none other than Friday, March 21st at 12:26 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as in when I'm recording this specific video. Now, if you want to help out the channel, you can do so by liking, commenting, subscribing, hitting the bell icon, engaging with the content, and help me, help you, help everybody. Now, if you have not already watched my previous video, we're talking about the man on the moon and walking towards the White House, the two-party system have collapsed, the independent bid. Highly recommend you go and check that video out. It's a part 1. There can be many series to that video because we are just in the early phases and we're getting towards that way. It's a very positive video. So if you're looking for something more uplifting, that's the video I would go and check out. Now, if you also want to go a little bit more on the detective side, I recommend you go check the man in the dark, between the two houses, walking in the dark, whatever that video is called. Go watch that. It's also very entertaining. It's very you have to decode the messages. So we are going to try and take some of your comments. If you guys want to go check that out, put your theories in the comment section below. And in part 2, we're going to decode those and see maybe we'll be able to crack it a little further. Anyway, let's begin. We're not going to waste your time here. This video can be short because I have to pump out 6 videos. I only got 1 video. It's going to be the second video. A little bad because I'm on a time crunch here. But anyway, let's go ahead. Let's begin. Let's see what we're walking into. This is going to be a blind reading. But I do want to also note here in my book, we are going to talk about the things that I talked about in December 31st, 2024. So it's called the channel messages at 2:16 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You see that I physically wrote this. And I'm going to tell you right here what it said. The world's leaders will be submission to all that can and will be. Happiness will plague the world while others will be desolate as such plague. Okay? The next one here says, robots are the future, for that nation no longer needs to create souls, but rather they can be co-joined with that of a non-earthly plane, a truth if you will. The economy shall roar one last time this decade of the century. We have just saw the economy not doing so well. Right? The globe will experience a sense of peace for a moment, a breath if you will, before a coming of age. A future that will define a decade and generation. A war perhaps. This war shall come at a time when we least expect it to. Here's your warning of the quote, the exiled. Now, why is it important? Because Elon owns a Twitter, known X. So in here, I did not make this up. You can go watch my video from 2025 talking about what to expect this year. Many will survive and live to tell the tale of what has become before us, a life of bliss before the kiss. And Trump shall be the trumpet that blows the new whistle of the age. For that I have created him in this time to usher in a new age of darkness and of light. Harris shall seek a new path towards the presidency. For that she shall become. Biden will be known for his tranquility, stability, and peace in a time of upheaval. The Carters represented an old way of doing things, being good to humanity and expecting nothing in return. Rest assured, he has a very important role to play in the evolution of the United States and the world. Hillary's important role is to show you the struggle of the new age, of Aquarius for women. Not all will be easy. We never said it would be. Animals of the world shall receive a level up of consciousness and awareness due to the art of science and cloning. We just saw, what's it called, the woolly rat or the woolly mouse, right? So there is a lot of information here that we're going to talk about, but you can start to see how all this is coming to fruition. Again, you can see here it's dated December 31st, 2024. You can see it really written down. Okay. Anyway, just wanted to show you that. Figured it might be a little interesting for you guys. Let's go ahead. Let's take a look. Let's see what's going on here, and let's go from there. All right. So, and you know it's funny because the exile essentially means criminal. If you haven't really noticed that already. All right. So, Spirit Angels, tell me. Tell me about Elon Musk or Muskrat getting access to sensitive military information regarding the Pentagon and a potential war with China. Can you give us information on this? Now I'm going blind here. I don't really know what we're walking into. I have no expectations. So let's see what Spirit has for us. Okay. Anything else? Thank you. Okay. I love how they placed the cards for me. So I gotta put it in this direction. I never saw the spread. I don't do spreads. I just read intuitively, basically guided by my own intuition. I don't really like put them in specific order, and I ain't doing all that. Okay, so we're also going to use this deck, which is the Mystic Mondays. I love this tarot deck. It's a great way to really understand what's going on in the astrology aspect around this point in time. Now, I'm going to want you guys to all go ahead and watch my tomorrow's video, which is going to be Saturday. You're going to watch my full moon, well, what is it? What thing? March 30th, really. I don't know what exactly it's going to be. I'm going to find out right now. You can find it if you go to my community page, right? You go to my YouTube channel, and then you go to the top list, and you go to my post or my community page. Doesn't matter what one, whatever you see. You click here, or you go to community, or you click and scroll. You will see here where I said I added some psychic channelings to this. So enjoy. Recorded on March 9th, 2025 at 9:35 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Key dates to look out for. You tap that, and you will go to here. And you will see that March 30th will mark the first time Neptune entered Aries. Last time this happened was April 11th, 1861, one day before the American Civil War began. All right, I'm going to read it to you just so you guys are aware, and then we'll see if it shows up in this deck. It says here, and this is my channel, I put my channel into this. When Neptune enters Aries, it's said to signal a time of action and purpose. Historically, Neptune and Aries have been linked to revolutionary causes and religious wars. Without certainty, Neptune and Aries in 2025 will lead to a new cultural landscape and call to action. Expect big action coming from the Vatican and the White House around this time. Democrats and/or Republicans may feel compelled to take an action. Countries that are neutral will be known more. Each will be forced to take a side. The Pope may die around this time, or a new vote for a Pope may start around this time. A new agenda will be laid out for the world by a world leader. So that is essentially what I got. And there's also a simultaneously, I think, is what is happening March 30th in terms of the moon. There is a moon thing here. There's like a solar eclipse or something. Solar eclipse. Let me take a quick look. The solar eclipse on March 29th for Eastern North America. So it will start on the 29th. So it's coming pretty soon. We are only about, what's today's date? Today is March 21st, so around 8 days from now, we'll be going into the full moon. So we're heading into that way, March 30th. And a couple days after that, we're going to start to see big things really start to take place, the initiation, all those type of things. It's a solar eclipse. That's a big, big event. It's the second solar eclipse of this year. We already have one. We had already a partial total lunar eclipse. It's a little confusing. But anyway, besides the point, it's very significant. Oh yeah, so this one is the partial solar eclipse. Excuse me. So this one's the partial solar eclipse. The other one that happened on the 14th or 13th of March this month already was the total lunar eclipse. This one is going to be the partial solar eclipse. Big energy, big thing to happen. And it's interesting because it says here sunrise solar eclipse on March 29th for Eastern North America. This is also significant because when you take a look at my thing that I talked about, I said here March 29th in particular will be a partial solar eclipse. It will be a new day in Canada, which may mean something life-changing for Canadians is happening around this time. So go check that out if you have not already. Do so, and I will do a video on this right after this video is being recorded. But I thought this was more of urgency than that video, which can just come out tomorrow on Saturday. Alright, anyway, let's begin. Let's see what's going on in the cards here in terms of astrology-wise. Let's take a look. Spirit Angel, tell me what's going on in the astrology aspect in regards to a potential war with China and the US and Muskrat having access to top clearance information regarding the United States and the military. Give me information on that. What's going on in the planetary alignment, especially as we head toward, what they're calling, a partial solar eclipse on the 29th of this month. Tell me. Thank you. Anything else? Thank you. Okay, so this is all in the center. We have it. Ooh. Okay. So there's going to be on the left side here what's coming in the future, or it's kind of like leaning towards the past, but also in the future. It looks like a key or like a link, and it's opposition, resistance, struggle, polarity. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. So let's take a look. Let's see what's going on here. The first card we get here is darkness, the hermit. The hermit does not shine the light. Interesting. The card here on the bottom is the tower. The tower card. The card that's up here, which is heading in the future aspect, is Great Fortune. This is liberty. This is the statue of liberty. The card that crosses the tower, the darkness, and goes in the opposite direction of the liberty is the Ten of Cups. This means peace. World peace. And it also means the election. But it means peace in this aspect. Here we have, I'm hearing that Canada, something's going to happen in Canada. I think the election, it feels like I'm getting information right now that the election, it could be earlier than October. Because I'm feeling like a sense of urgency here, like they need to pick the leader early because there's something happening to Canadian that they need to choose a leader early. Here we have the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune time is turning. The time is going backwards now. Something's going backwards. Now it's interesting though because we talked about the World War III and the plausibility and possibility of it occurring. And it said that it wasn't going to occur within the next 5 years, but something is changing. Something is changing the Wheel of Fortune divine. We have the challenge, the Page of Swords. We have the new kid on the block thinking that he can control things, he can do certain things. It's headed in the future. We have the Death card in reverse. This is a rebirth that has not been reborn. So something is not changing. This is the Death card. Something does not change. But what's also noticed, well, this is a man looking at diplomacy. Diplomacy. And this person's looking at the liberty, and specifically this is the liberty. This is the United States. This is the world collective looking at the United States. There's something here with the United States that they're looking at. And it's interesting. Let's take a look at the astrology aspect of everything. The first card that comes in is Mercury. Communication, correspondence, expression, Mercury. That's upright. That's the first card that came in. The next card is we have a verb. What's ending, what already ended, what's going down is Leo, which is courageous, legal, loyal. We already know that. They're not very loyal. We have here what's also heading downward, air. The element of air. Expansive, intellectual, inquisitive. Here we have Juno. Juno, which is upright. Marriage, commitment, bond, allies. What's the top of the deck? We have here restrictions. Restrictions. The eight of swords. What's the bottom of the deck? We have here the magician. You wield the future. You wield the future. What is the top of this deck here? We have here Cryon heading downwards. Core wound, vulnerability, potential through pain. That's heading downwards. What is on this card here? Saturn. Discipline, obstacle, boundaries. That is heading upright. There's going to be some discipline, obstacle, and boundaries here. We're talking about Muskrat and his connection to high top security clearance revolving around a potential war with the United States and China. Can you get information on this, Spirit? I'm hearing, don't you worry, the opposite is going to happen. That's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing the word, don't you worry, the opposite is going to happen. What does that mean? They're saying that you will see it when it comes. You will understand it when it happens. But they're saying the opposite is coming. So maybe the opposite of what we're thinking right now, maybe? Same thing in this card. If you are new here, welcome. The color cards mean that is major. White cards basically mean that is minor. Okay? So I'm just going to pick on this intuitively and kind of just feel intuitively what I feel. Okay. So Spirit Angels tell me, is the United States going to war with China? Is that what's going on? I'm hearing the word is a potential, not an action. What do you mean by actually going to war with China? Does it mean that there's a potential for it? The opposite is going to happen. I feel like it's the opposite. It's not what we're thinking. Final card. Pink. Pink. Is it this one? The one in front of it? This one? Okay. Alright. Let's take a look. Let's see what the first card is. Depression. Interesting. The U.S. is going through an economic depression. It's going to call it a global depression. That's what's happening. Talking about a crash. So remember how I talked about how it just doesn't, the opposite is going to happen? It's fake. This is fake. Whatever they're doing, they're trying to cause an alarm. It's almost like, it feels like, because remember how I told you, spirit guys were saying that it's going to be more than 5 years, or at least, World War III would happen after 5 years, right? Essentially, and if you go to war with China, you go to war with its allies, and that's a world war. So essentially, no, I don't think that we will go to war because it is the potential. And they're saying here, no, it is hiding something. There's something here that's not real. Something that's not real. We have here trans, and then faith. Trans faith. I'm hearing the word transaction. Transaction and faith. Trans faith. Trans faith. Like changing your faith. Maybe like kind of your faith here, but I'm hearing the word fate. Like F-A-T-E. Trans fate. You're changing the fate of the world. Like something is changing. Which makes sense because there's opposition here. There is that resistance, struggle, and polarity. Things are changing. It's not what we see here, not what we're gonna get here. This is the outcome's gonna be changed. Like by the time you get to this moon, this partial solar eclipse, something changes. Something changing. What we see now is not what's gonna be the next couple of days, like the next week or so, when that partial solar eclipse comes on the 29th. Things are changing in 8 days from now. And 1 week from now, things are changing. What we know now will be entirely different. Our world is going to be completely shattered. Completely different. The Wheel of Fortune, Lovers. Again, this is the Lovers card. Why is it important? Because if you have not watched my Man on the Moon video, the Man on the Moon walking towards the White House, the independent bid, the two-party system collapse, recommend you go and watch that. It's a part 1 video. There are going to be many parts to this. But again, it talked about lovers, going back to the formation of love. The wheel turns back. The wheel turns back to peace again. The world is going back towards peace. but things are changing. Massive things are changing. I don't see a war here. I don't see any indication that is telling me that there's a war with China. I don't see it. I do get depression now. I would be surprised if they are trying to spark a war to try to drive up the economy using the military industry, the gun industry and all that stuff to stimulate the economy or the stock market in some way. But it's not going to work because the economy is going to go down. The economy is going to go down. I don't see a war though. I don't see a war. Well, let me ask the cards. Spirit angels tell me it's still a war. It's still a war. We have here hidden plan. Something is hidden. The three pentacles, not very strong. We have the devil card. Something being chained down. Something not coming to fruition. Something being held back. And here you have the seven of pentacles looking at objects. No. 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 I don't see it. Because here we have the Queen of Wands, spirituality. Again, the spiritual aspect comes in here. There's something here that's integrating. It's getting involved here and it's stopping this. Whatever's stopping, whatever's going on, it's definitely getting involved and it's preventing this from going forward. So I'm going to say no. I don't see any indication. I just see that this whole thing is not what it seems. Although many of us may get the impression that we're heading towards something, I'm going to say no. Despite what the book says, I'm going to say no. So we'll wait and see. We'll see what happens. But changes are definitely coming, but it's not the change that we're expecting. The war or anything that we're expecting now is going to be drastically different 9 days from now. So I don't see. Let's just wait 9 days. Let's see what happens. What we see now, not going to be an outcome in the future. It's going to be an entirely different one. If we go to war, we might go to war with some other country, but not with China. So, yeah, no, not with China at least. Because when we talk about World War and China, no. If it's going to be initiated by the United States or by China with the US, whatever, it doesn't matter how that plays out, it's a no. Doesn't mean there might not be a World War, but whether or not it's initiated by either the United States or China, no. No. Doesn't mean there won't be one, but not with China and the US specifically initiating one or the other. No. Okay, I just want to make sure I put that out there in terms of clarity and understanding. Alright guys, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell icon, and I'll see you all the next time. Until then, peace out. I love you.